Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverley and it is so lovely to see you today. In this video I'm going to be showing you what I thrifted in August, so grab your cup of tea, let's get to it. First thing that I want to say is there's a lot here. I've got clothes, I've got books, I've got DVDs, I've got records, witchy items, ornaments, like you name it, and I got all this in one trip thrifting in my small town. So it's a lot, but we're going to work our way through. We're going to start with clothes and then just mosey on through everything else. Don't forget before we start to like, comment and subscribe, as it helps my channel to grow and I would love to see you as part of the butterfly family. But let's get to it, shall we? Okay, so we're starting with clothes. I've got a little pile here, so let's do this. The first thing I've got is this absolutely beautiful cream blouse. It is gorgeous. I love the fact that it's open at the back with a little pearly button situation. It's very like Victoriana. I don't know. It's originally from Divided. I don't know who Divided are, but I love this top. It's so pretty. It was £4.50. I love all the lacing and stuff around the front and I cannot wait to wear this with like a long skirt in the winter, or a nice corduroy skirt or something. It would look so pretty. I absolutely love it. I love the collar. It's just all in all the sort of blouse that I'm like, I'm having that. And the minute I saw it, I snatched it up, believe me. It's so lovely. Really nice blouse. Yes. Then I got another blouse. This blouse was £1.99, which is quite crazy to me. It really is, because it's really nice for autumn. And yes, I am already buying for autumn because it's like September tomorrow when I'm recording this. And September is autumn, isn't it really? So it's this gorgeous mustard coloured blouse with detailing on the front in lace, long sleeves, and then the back is beautiful buttons. It's just a gorgeous like staple. I'm gonna look out for like a brown corduroy skirt, because I think that with this, perfection. I love corduroy anyway. This is by Two, so that's Sainsbury's. I do love Sainsbury's clothes. I rarely buy fast fashion new. I usually thrift it because of the price, and also just because of fast fashion, it's just a throwaway society, and this isn't out of fashion. It can be styled really nice in a vintage way. So I'm really excited for that. I can't wait for autumn. Give me autumn, please. Although the weather in the UK has been autumnal all the way through August. It's been crazy. Moving on, I have a kimono. This was £4.79 and it's this beautiful like pale pink with pink velvet and little tassely details. I love this. I have to say, I saw this on the rack and just snatched it. It's like as I walked in the door, it was like my eyes just landed on it and I was there. It's gorgeous. It gives me that real like 1920s, 1910s kind of vibe. I just love it. Cannot wait to find ways to put this together in an outfit. The pattern on it is just beautiful. It's all pink flowers and gold details. It is beautiful, and it's one of those ones where they've cut the tags out, so I don't actually know who it's by. My mum said, is it lingerie? I was like, hell no, I wear this any day of the week. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Cannot wait to find ways to wear this. Next up, we have the most expensive out of everything I bought. This was the most expensive. It was £9.99, but it's monsoon. You heard me right, monsoon. And it's this really crazy patterned like v-necked dress. It's got short sleeves, a little tie around the waist, just a very simple knee-length dress that would look really nice with boots. It's very like 60s 70s style patterning on it, which is what drew me to it initially, and then I saw it was monsoon. I was like, ha, mine. It's just, yeah, it's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. The print in this, it's like, it's hard to see on camera, but it's like pink, purple and blue and red, which are not colours that I generally go for, but I thought on a nice warm day, how pretty is this? I mean, come on now. and it's monsoon for £10. So this next one reminded me of a really old, like 1940s. It's this like pleated peach skirt, very twirly and light and airy, and I thought with a white blouse this would look so like Ginger Rogers. That's who it made me think of. It just made me think of, like, my nan and granddad were ballroom dancers, and it made me think of the sort of skirts that were on her dresses when I was a kid. This is originally from New Look, but it cost me £3.99, which is insane. £3.99 for this. It's so pretty, and I bet it was quite expensive, because New Look can be quite expensive sometimes, and it feels luxurious. Yeah, really like that skirt. I cannot wait to pair it with some, like, a nice blouse, some sandals. Oh yes. Then the last thing I got is so 1980s, but I just had to have it. It's this mum, I mean, it's elasticated at the back. It's like mum skirt, comes to the knee. I love skirts like this. They are brilliant for just thrown on with a t-shirt. I love the 80s. If anybody has been watching my channel for a while, they'll know I love 80s mum fashion. It's got a little pocket in the back. But yeah, it's just your classic mum jean kind of aesthetic, and I'm all for it. This was £2.99, which is insane to me. £2.99 for a denim skirt, and it's just exactly my style. I love this. Oh, I've got so much stuff to show you. Okay, this is like accessories, but this is like a wooden handbag. A wooden handbag. This is from the British Heart Foundation. It was £3.99. And it's beautiful. I love the gold detailing on it. It's got like an old-fashioned little, and then it opens up like so. It's got a little bit of ribbon here to hold it together. I don't know how old it is, but I just saw it and thought, how cute would that be? Like on an autumn day, just pop your bits and bobs in there and go for a walk. Beautiful, beautiful. Just totally my style. I showed it to a friend of my mum's. She was like, oh, that looks so nice on the shelf. And I was like, on the shelf? This will be part of my outfits. I'll be styling that. So now we're on to books. CDs, DVDs, albums, that sort of thing. So, I'm going to begin with Sound of Music original album. Oh my goodness, look at this. Absolutely beautiful. The back has a gorgeous picture of Julia Andrews, and it came with the original little booklet, which I absolutely love. So it came with this little book inside with all about the conductors, all about the people who worked on the album. Just absolutely amazing. And then here on the back is all the Von Trapp children, Von Trapped, as it were. But yeah, this is a gorgeous little thing, and this was £1. The woman was like, oh, records are £1. I was like, £1 for Sound of Music? Are you insane? But yeah, I had to snatch this up. I saw it on the side and I was like, oh. And usually it's my husband, who's a vinyl collector, who will run straight for the vinyl, but it was me on this day. It was me. The next album I got, sorry. The next album I got was Bucks Fizz in the Land of Make Believe, which was one of my favourite songs as a child. Look at the fashion. Just look at this masterpiece of a front cover, and on the back. It's just, I mean, it's just pure art, that is. This was 50p with a B-side of Now You're Gone. But Bucks Fizz were one of my favourite bands when I was little. I grew up in the 80s, and so Land of Make Believe was one of those ones that was always played at like children's parties and school discos and things, and I just, oh, so many memories, and I just had to snap it up. I got it at the same time as I got Sound of Music, which most people would be like, how can you put those two together? But I love them both, so. Next, I got a book. This is Little Scrappy Nobody by Anna Kendrick. Wow. words. Anna's one of my favourite actresses. I absolutely adore her, and I've wanted to read this for the longest time, but just haven't got round to buying it. So when I saw this for £2.50, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, give me Anna, give me Anna's book. So I'm really excited to read this. I've wanted to read it for such a long time. I love me some Anna Kendrick. If you want to make me happy, sit me in front of Pitch Perfect and I'll be just well away. Then I got 3 DVDs. The DVDs were 50p. I got I, Tonya, which is a movie with Sebastian Stan, one of my favourite actors, and Margot Robbie. I've wanted to watch this film for so long, and then when I saw it for 50p, I was like, you're coming home with me, lady. Then I got 16 Candles, which is a absolute 1980s classic. Molly Ringwald is, I mean, look at how she's dressed there. Can I be Molly when I grow up? I love her. And then Breakfast at Tiffany's, which I know is racist. I know. I'm not excusing Mickey Rooney in this film at all. But it's still a classic. It's a classic of its time. It's Audrey Hepburn and George Peppard. It's a classic, and it was 50p. And it's hard to find online because of Mickey Rooney's character, but it's the way things were in the 50s. I have vintage style, not vintage values. I don't agree with it, but I just loved the film when I was little, and it's all about memories for me. Next book I got was The World of Fairies, and when I saw this book, my little heart leapt, because I had this book when I was little and I loved it. Oh my goodness, it's got all the like old illustrations in it and the poem for each of the fairies. When I was little, I loved these style, and it's one of those books that you're just like, oh, I've got to have that. This was £1.50. £1.50 for, it's quite a good book. It's hardback. I'm sure it cost a lot more than that back in the day, and yeah, this will be treasured, definitely treasured. And then, as you all know, I'm trying to learn to sew. That will be coming back to my channel. So if you enjoy sewing content, so if you want to watch me absolutely butcher sewing and try and learn, then definitely hit subscribe. But I found this Encyclopedia of Dressmaking from 1975. Look at the front cover. Just look, just take it in. The back, just as good. I mean, oh, dressmaking, the actual process of dressmaking hasn't changed. You know, the skills that you need are always needed. They have like how to do puffy puff sleeves and things like that. But what I love is it's got how to do fashions of the time, like these glorious pieces here. And this is the sort of thing that I want to make. I want to make crazy 60s and, I mean, look, if I had children, hello, this is the sort of thing that I love. I love finding vintage patterns and things to make. That's my dream, to be able to make old patterns and make my own fashions in my way. That's my dream. So finding this was such a blessing. I was like, oh, give it to me. This was £2.50 and it is a thick boy. There's a lot of information in here, a lot of patterns. I want to make stuff like this. So I'm really excited to dive into this. So this is future content, so you're welcome. And then I love looking through the patterns. If there's, you can quite often find like vintage patterns. Look at this jumper selection here. This is a knitting pattern. I don't know what year it's from, but it was 6p. It was a 6p. Yeah, it's just your basic. I love how it's still got the whoever was knitting, their little notes on the thing. It's the full pattern for both. I think my mom's gonna help me knit this one. I'm quite excited. I'm really excited because if you've got these two patterns, I mean, you make them in lots of different types of wool and you basically have got all you need. I love this hairdo, by the way. I love this hairdo. But yeah, how cool was that? Now I can't remember how much this was. I think it was 50p, which really worth it. To my mind, that's worth it. Look at it. I'm so excited. Now we're on to like the witchy kind of items, and this is a glass chopping board with a stag on it and trees and things, and I saw it and I immediately thought of my goddess Diana. One of her animals is a stag. That's how she communicated to me that she wanted to work with me. And so when I saw this, I thought it was absolutely perfect. It's called a glass worktop saver. It was £4.50. It's the original packaging for it, so I'm going to keep it in that. It needs cleaning, it needs, you know, sprucing up a little bit, but that is going to sit on my altar and I'll be able to do my spells on it without ruining my desk, which I have a protector on it, but I want to keep it looking nice, you know, so I can pull this out when I'm doing spells and do them on here, so I don't make a mess everywhere. What a genius idea. You're welcome. £4.50, and it's glass, it's real glass. It's really nice. The picture is gorgeous. And yeah, that just called out to me. You are old and you need to be in my home right now. I also got 2 of these jars. This one is rock salt with chili. The other one was rock salt with peppercorns in it, and I've already utilised that. So basically I put it into a bowl and I light my incense in there, and the ash just automatically mixes up, and I can use it in future as black salt. This was £1.50, and I can use this in hexes if I ever want to use it, but chili can also be used to like heat up or spice up a spell, and I'm really excited for that. I mean, it's £1.50 for salt, but this is the sort of thing that it's really easy to pick up and keep in your cupboard for witchcraft. Very easy to do. One thrifting thing I would say to look out for is any kind of mixed salt, because they're so easy to use. And then I got this really nice tea light holder. It's like a geometric pattern. Can you see? I hope you can. This was £1. And I've been using it on my altar while I've been doing my journaling. I like to have some kind of candle burning whenever I'm in my room. I just love candles, and you can never have too many candle holders when you're a witch, can you? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's impossible. And then we're down to the very last thing, which I've saved the best for last, is this dancing. I don't know if it was a trophy because it has this kind of bottom to it which looks like it could have been like etched. It's got that option to be etched. I saw this on the side and I immediately thought of my grandparents. I have a tattoo that's very similar to it. As you can see, ballroom dance was in my life my whole life. When I was a kid, we used to watch Strictly Come Dancing, and my grandparents used to take me with them, and they used to do dancing and do competitions and win medals and things. They were incredibly talented dancers. So I saw this and I just thought it was the perfect thing to just remember them by. I'm going to put it up in my bedroom. I have a really beautiful shelf set that is by my bed, and they're going to sit there looking out over me, and I just think it's beautiful, made of glass, and it's stunning. And it would have been a shame had I not bought it. That I think I would have really regretted it if I hadn't have got it, because it just reminds me of my grandparents. This was £6, so £6, what's £6? But it means a lot to me because it reminds me of my grandparents. So, and it matches my tattoo. I'm exhausted now. How about you? That was a lot. I got a lot this month in one trip. We went to all the shops and we just had an amazing time flicking through everything. I'm so lucky that I managed to get all these things in one trip. I'm not looking forward to having to take everything back out through to the main house though. Such is life. What are you gonna do, you know? What can you do? I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to head down below and leave it a cheeky little like so I know that you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you did, because I loved filming this. I love doing thrift hauls. As you know, I do them every month. So let me know down below if you enjoyed this video, which was your favourite piece, what you enjoyed the most. Let me know all the things down below, because I love talking to you all, my beautiful butterfly family. And if you enjoy my content, if you like my face, why not head down below and hit that subscribe button so that I know that you enjoy my content and I can bring more and more and more to you. I am so excited. I've got so many ideas for the channel. We're going to be going in such amazing directions now. I'm going to be doing day out vlogs, I'm going to be doing museum visits and all sorts of things. My head is full of things. I'm going to get back to sewing. So many ideas are coming back to the channel, and I just really hope that you will join me, join the butterfly family here, click that subscribe button, ring that little bell, so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays, my health permitting. I always do my very best to be here with you every week, twice a week. I hope you're all doing well. Take care. Let me know all the things down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.